corridors. Yeah, are flooded up to knee length. Some of them who try to step in, the ones who are tall enough, they would be above the knee. The water levels is above the knee. Some of the buildings that we're talking about are Sekaziga building, Total, and then Qualisel building. Those are some of the places. We have our reporter Sebamala, who is around there, and we want to know what the extent of the damage is, because by the time we saw some of these, he shared with us some of these pictures and videos, they had not yet opened their shops. Some of them were scared. Wetugulawa maduka. How much damage has been caused to the place? So we want to know the extent of damage. Some of these buildings are opposite where the harm construction is happening. So
in the morning, they don't want the constructions anymore because they feel to harm. But anyway, let's talk to Sewamala and see. I'm very Sewamala wasuzotya.
Nasa bulungi munange wasuzotya munange.
Tuli bulungi. Ndi wano ne Pamela. Antegezezaako nti oli mu kibuga.
Downtown eyo. Kiki ekiri eyo kati? What is the extent of the damage?
Zino embeera gye tulimu wano naddala ku basuubuzi ekibatuddeko osobola kukigamba nti yeno omugole teyagwa ku nkyata za bba. Nga abasuubuzi mu bufunze tebasigalizaako kye bayita maali naddala abantu abasinza okukosebwa babadde ku bizimbe nga bina bisatu. Osooka n'obalako Sekaziga, n'obala Kwarise, n'obalako kino Kitoto House. Waliwo n'ekizimbe kyano nga abasuubuzi b'engato nga bayitawo ku Pentagon. Bw'otunula abatunda engoye, abatunda engata, abatunda amasimu, kyensuba nti ge bakaaba ge bakomba okugyako wano tulisobola kubaako abamu ku basuubuzi okubabuulira embeera gye basobola okuyitamu. Nnyabo gye baliko mbeera ki temuyitamu bwengamwe wano?
Bannayeeko wano kye twaguddeko simanyi, kati nze ng'omusuubuzi wano mu Kampala badde nsuubula ngoye naye maali yange yonna yonna eweddewo, simanyi kyakuzzaako. Tuli mu kwikirooni, looni zonna tetumanyi kyetugenda zisasuza. Embeera amazzi gayingidde naye ng'obuzibu bwonna buva ku mwala. Omwala ogwo tegukyatambuza amazzi bulungi.
Abanange oyo y'omukupo kankufuneyo omuntu omulala sebo gye baleko. Nga mu abasuubuzi mbeera ki esinza okubakosa naddala ng'ekino kitulaba olwaleero?
Embeera eri eno nabugabo ku mwalo. Omwala tetulowooza gonna baaguzibikira kuba nga tewaliwo access eva waggulu leeta amazzi agava eri waggulu Kampala Road okuyingira omwala. Omwala ogwo kati kitegeeza emyala baagizibikira gyonna kati amazzi agava waggulu gaba galina kuggwa mu bizimbe mwe tukolera. Tetulowooza nti ekiviiriddeko omwala okuzibikira kuba ne bw'ogutunuulira tegulina we baagulekerawo kituli kyonna kuyingiza amazzi mu mwala nga we gwali edda. Tusigadde tusobera abasuubuzi b'ennabugabo.
Obadde biki by'obadde osinga okutunda ebikoseddwa mu
mbadde ntunda ngato mu Pentagon naye engato zonna ziweddewo. Sina na kyakuzaako bitya tugenda myezi gya season kukola ate sente twazijja mu looni kati simanyi amwana atuliyirira kuba yatutuusizza ku kino.
Mukama yemu ku mbeera eri mu basuubuzi mu Kampala bakyemu ku mbeera gye baguddeko okwo. Abamu tebalina nagasobola kwogera kubanga bwe tutunula abamu booza ku munye oba kiti abamu bakaaba ku lw'emaali yabwe eyonoonese naye agasingako tujja kuba nga tugabawo mu mawulire gaffe aganaddako mu maaso awo.
Tweyanza nnyo Sewamala. I think the last the two people he talked to bebamundoza benalabye ne ku social media because they were complaining, they were saying omwala hamu gwazimba buvuddeko obuzibu, that's why the water is not moving the way it's supposed to move.
So the drainage channel has been blocked.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because I was about to ask who is to blame in this scenario. Because if you have made damages, are you going to cry to the government? Are you going to cry to him and probably maybe take him to court saying that, the construction that he's doing is illegal and it's what is causing, the damage and the flooding? Or are you going to blame your landlord as well? But at the end of the day, you see, also
starts construction in Chibuga, then that means we'll need necessary processes to start construction. I don't know.
The harm issue is really complicated because the president has approved on one side. NEMA has not yet given them a certificate to operate. And then KCCA councillors are also against the project. But previously they had approved it. They had said, please, Ham, go ahead. But then later on, then we've seen the Lord Mayor also complaining, saying environmental concerns. Now, if you look from year to year, whenever the rainy season comes, of course, Kampala floods.
Yes.
The biggest problem, yes, is the channels. The channel is there. The water is supposed to pass through the channels. However, there is also, the blockage can be attributed two ways. One is, maybe the construction is probably causing that. But also then there's a human error where we pour rubbish in these drainage channels and then they block. Then when the rains come, the water can't flow smoothly.
Yes.
So, at the end of the day,
natural hazards.
Because it's a very sensitive season and these are the times when people borrow money. People have promotions they are offering, so they go and get a huge stock so that they sell this Christmas or festive season. So it's quite sad for the traders. And let's see what the government, maybe KCCA comes up with a statement or the government on this particular matter. Anyhow, there's also a final story we have of a stone quarry problem that happened that led to the death of one man in a place called Kasenyi landing site in Bendegede, Katavi Town Council in Wakiso. The person who has been identified as dead is Kasumba. Kasumba yesterday was buried by the rubble, by the quarry stones, while he was trying to work. He was trying to hustle. He went with his friend. They wanted to dig those stones and sell them as usual. But in the process of doing it, he fell and he died. Now, most of the locals are saying that the quarrying business is very risky because if you look at the quarrying site, there are very big cracks. However, people are forced to do this to look for ways of survival because the fishing has become a challenge. They are usually chased away from the fishing, from the lakes, from fishing. So they resort to doing unhealthy businesses like the stone quarrying. So that's what the traders are mostly crying about.
What can we do?
Nothing.
Because you can't close that place because other people want to get money out of the quarrying thing. So,
but however, I think when life is involved, I think there's where you need technical people to come and tell you if you're quarrying, don't do it freestyle. Have people on the ground, maybe the local leaders or maybe the police or whoever. They need to be, because when these things happen, they blame the leaders and the government at the end of the day. So if the government has people who tell them, "Wanolabayo crack, togende, please do it this side," and that's how you'll earn. Maybe it would make more sense.
Okay, which job can't you do, Pamela?
Which job can't I do? I can't do that one of quarrying.
Right.
I can't.
Because of this.
I can't do fishing. I'm very afraid of water.
Me too.
I can't. I can't ride a boda. I fear. I can't ride a motorbike. No. Especially those ones, I can't. No, like most of the people who I have seen and heard about, who I've even interacted with, who ride on those borders, have lost a friend, and I've also lost some people that I know who are. So I fear riding. But sometimes, of course, you have to sit on a board.
I love it.
Nenga riding. Flora, can you ride a bike?
You can't ride
Flora, can you ride a bike?
I can.
No. Of course, by normal standards, we can. Riding a bike is not as complicated. I think even riding a a bicycle, is harder than riding a motorcycle.
Oh.
Yes.
Nze gali najivuga nga nkyali muto.
Auntie gali.
Even this one I can.
Between the two, which one is harder to ride? The bicycle or the boda?
The human.
Hello guys.
The mid-morning to Corner with Flora Shaw, 100.2 Galaxy FM.
Zina.